Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. It is so good to see everybody here today joining us either live or virtually. We really appreciate your attendance. I have a couple of reminders as we begin. Let's take a moment wherever you are and put away or turn off anything that might distract you from the richness of the time together. Also, if you are joining us today on Facebook or YouTube, you can click on the icon for closed captioning, and that will help if you're having any trouble hearing our service. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Susan Clark, who will be Derek Montgomery, unique question duo Montgomery Jones, to lead us in our opening song.
It's just me for now.
It's just Susan for now.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm human.
Saving the good stuff for a little later.
Thank you.
So I think we should have some lyrics up on the screen for our opening song. And it's a song that I wrote. Be the closing. But we can do that now too. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. I am free to choose where I want to live. I am free to choose what gifts I give. I am free to choose where I place my trust. I am free, and so are you. I am free to choose where I want to live. I am free to choose what gifts I give. I am free to choose where I place my trust. I am free, and so are you. I'm free to choose where I want to go. I am free to choose where I want to go. It's still on that first screen. I am free to choose what I want to know. I am free to choose all the ones I love. I am free, and so are you. We can change to the next one. I am free to choose when I take a chance. Never be afraid to take that chance. I am free to choose what steps I dance, dancing all around the sky. I am free to choose where I spread my joy. I am free, and so are you. I am free to choose what notes I sing. La, 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 la. I am free to choose what peace I bring. I am free to choose what I say and do. I am free, and so are you. I am free. I am free. I am free, and so
Yes, yes, yes. And we had the preview already that the last song is a Susan Clark song too. We are just blessed with Susan Clark music this morning, in addition to some wonderful special guests, which you'll meet in a few minutes. So I've heard them. They're wonderful. I've actually met them too. They're very nice. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. We're so glad that you're here, whether you're here and I can see you or you're here and I can't see you. It's great to have you all here, and we are ready today to buzz. We are ready to just transform our world with the power of love. So I want to take a moment and just thank all of the people. We have tech people working hard. We have sound people working hard. We have musicians. We have bookstore. We have people who have helped the bookstore with the book sale. We have all kinds of things. So we got special stuff going on. It's kind of exciting. And so thank everyone. That's how it makes it work here. In addition to that, we have our practitioners, our licensed practitioners who are serving this morning. And I just want to note those folks. First of all, we have on High Watch, we have Greg Gardner in the room. We have Alicia Hanlon virtually. We have where'd she go? Lisa. There she is. Lisa Kerr is our pulpit assistant this morning. She'll be bringing us our vision statement, our mission statement, and a reading. And right now, practitioner Talia Hiron will bring us our prayer. Okay.
A nice cloth this morning. So, I invite you to step with me into that sacred place where spirit dwells. And that sacred place is both within us, within you, within each one of us, here at the Rio Grande Center of Spiritual Living, and at that greater center of spiritual living that is the universe. For we are each made of that divine spirit. It is within each of us. And so this morning, I invite you to share in that love of the divine spirit that reflects the oneness of us all. And I welcome all of those here. Oh, all of the spirits, all of you online and all of you here in person, with your divinity showing and shining forth, shining as that beauty and that joy and that reflection of spirit that each of us is. And so with that, we continue to open the service here. And so please say with me, and so it is.
And with that, I just want to take a moment, as we do each week, and remind us of who we are. So we stand on the principles of New Thought, Ancient Wisdom, particularly through the science of mind. And I like to just remind myself that this boils down to just a few things we can get to. The first one is there's only one power in the universe. You can call it what you like, but it's all the same power. And we know that to be true. We also know that our thought is creative, which means we have a certain level of control of what's going on in our lives. So we keep an eye out what's going on in our heads and in our hearts, because that's going to affect what we feel is coming in. Thirdly, it's all love. Whether it's an expression of love or a call for love, That's it. No exceptions, right? Got that? Okay, good. And finally, each of us is whole, perfect, and complete. If you want to add something to yourself, you're out of luck, because you're all there. Now, you might want to drop a thing or two. I've picked up a couple things that I don't need. But all that we need is already present. So stand in that truth. So thank you so much for coming and being with us today, for showing up and holding us online. It is truly a wonderful experience to have everybody here. And I want to welcome everyone. I want to welcome especially people who might be with us for the second or third time. Does anybody fall in that category? There, look, he's new. Okay. Every time. See, we're new every week, right? That's right. Every day we're new. And some folks may be with us for the very first time this morning, whether in person or online. And we just want to welcome you. And so we're going to say a blessing, and we're going to offer this blessing to everyone. So we're going to rub our hands together. If you are new and you would like to stand and receive this directly, you are welcome to. If you are comfortable, so we bless you for that. Thank you. So we're going to outstretch our hands and say, we see you. We know who you really are. You are a divine emanation of the perfection of life. And we thank Spirit for you. Welcome to Rio Grande. Welcome. And so I'd like to invite practitioner Lisa forward, and she will continue.
So it is time for our vision and mission statement. Our vision: transforming our world with the power of love and action. Mission: loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our highest self. And it's time for our spiritual reading, which I left over here. I'll be right back. Good thing it was close by. So my spiritual reading this morning, since the topic is being our authentic true selves, one of the things that influenced me most as I was going through my practitioner studies, I took a course called Exploring Roots. And we read an essay by Emerson that just changed my life. And the interpretation of that essay and talking about it, I'm not going to read the whole essay because it's very, very long. But basically what Emerson is saying is to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. So with that in mind, I'm going to read you a few excerpts from that essay, and then I'll summarize it at the end. I read the other day some verses written by an eminent painter, which were original and not conventional. The soul always hears an admonition in such lines, let the subject be what it may. The sentiment they instill is of more value than any thought they may contain. To believe your own thought, to believe that what is true for you in your private heart is true for all men, that is genius. In every work of genius, we recognize our own rejected thoughts. They come back to us with a certain alienated majesty. Great works of art have no more affecting lesson for us than this. They teach us to abide by our spontaneous impression with the good-humored inflexibility than most when the whole cry of voices is on the other side. Else tomorrow a stranger will say with masterly good sense precisely what we have thought and felt all the time, and we shall be forced to take with shame our own opinion from another. There is a time in every man's education when he arrives at the conviction that envy is ignorance, that imitation is suicide, that he must take himself for better, for worse, as his portion. That though the wide universe is full of good, no kernel of nourishing corn can come to him, but through his toil bestowed on that plot of ground which is given to him to till. The power which resides in him is new in nature, and none but he knows what that is which he can do, nor does he know until he has tried. Not for nothing. One face, one character, one fact makes much impression on him, and on another person none. The eye was placed where one ray should lie of that particular ray. We but half express ourselves and are ashamed of that divine idea which each of us represents. It may be safely trusted as proportionate and of good issues, so it be faithfully imparted, but God will not have his word made manifest by cowards. Shall give him no peace. It is a deliverance which does not deliver. In the attempt, his genius deserts him, and no muse befriends, no invention, no hope. Trust yourself. Every heart vibrates to that iron string. Accept the place the divine providence has found for you, the society of your contemporaries, the connection of events. In summary, be authentic to your true self. That is where true happiness lies.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay. Well, and now I will be joined by Lori Jones and Eric Montgomery, and they are kind of traveling around the country in a 28-foot RV, not only spreading wonderful music, but also a message about clean energy, I believe. Inside and out. Clean energy inside, clean energy outside. So I'm so thrilled that it worked out to have them today. They have a table in the back with some merchandise. Please support them on their journey. Hardworking musicians. We really appreciate everything you do for us. And we're going to do a couple of their original songs, or Lori's songs. This first one is called Walk Your Life, yes?
Walk your life. Walk your authentic life, yes.
Yes.
Walk your life. Walk it proud. Sing your song. Sing it out. Hear the music deep inside, playing in your soul. Just listen to the melody. It knows the way to go. Cry those tears. Pour them out. Face the fears. Quiet them down. It might not be the way you planned, or what you think looks right. You gotta let your brave and faithful heart let it take you through the night. Oh, walk your life, walk it free. Heed the call. Let it be. deep inside, just like a lover's voice. No matter what your life has been, oh, you get to make the choice, to make the choice to walk your life. Walk it now. Live your truth. Live your truth. Live in pride. Walk your life. Oh, live your life. Love your life. 'Cause it's your life. It's your life. It's your life. Your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life. So walk it free. Walk it proud. Yeah. Walk it free. Yeah.
All right, Lori Jones, Eric Montgomery.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, what a blessing. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really. Oh my goodness. You know, not only do we have wonderful musicians this morning, but I just want to note that since Susan has, I guess, technically rejoined this center, we have had an up-leveling of our sound and our music and all that good stuff, and I just want to appreciate her. And she doesn't try to do it all herself. She brings other people in and allows them to shine as well, and I just really appreciate that. So thank you. And that's funny because I was just thinking about authenticity. I sat down with Susan at the very beginning of this, and she said something to me, and I hope not embarrass her. But, but she said, I want to be a colleague. I want to be a partner in this. I don't want to be your employee. And yep, you did, pretty much, yep. I've worked for other ministers. They try to tell me what to do. I don't want to do that. And I just want to say that was standing in your authentic self. And you probably wish you'd have done it a few times sooner, but that's not an easy thing to do, is it? Always. To really stand in your own power, to know where you have what you need, where you are called to be, and to really stand in that. And so today we're talking about being yourself, because everybody else is taken. Right? We all know that. We've all heard that. Everybody else has already done the thing. Now, interestingly, I will share with you that I was talking with my wife about this, and she said this. She said, everyone else is taken with you. Right? Everyone else is taken with you. They've already seen who you are. They already know who you are. And so often, I know it for myself, I don't see what others see. I don't understand what others understand. I don't hear my own music, right? I don't see it the same way. So if we can remember and take a moment and see ourselves as others see us, if we can take that moment and realize that we are something to behold, something special. Leo Buscaglia says, the easiest thing to be in the world is yourself. The most difficult thing to be is what other people want you to be. Don't let them put you in that position. You ever been there? Yeah, trying to fit into the mold. Have you ever, because this is more my MO, have you ever shown up somewhere and been so resistant to fitting into the mold that you really ticked everyone off? Yeah, there we go. Okay, got one. Out there, I'm sure we got a couple more. And it's almost like this, I'm going to be myself despite all of you. Well, that's not always the healthiest way either. But showing up as ourselves truly is easier than the alternative. Now, I think, though, actually, David Thoreau had it a little clearer. Be yourself, not your idea of what you think somebody else's idea of yourself should be. Aha! That's where the road happens. That's where the rubber meets the road, right there. Because it's not really about what other people think, because how much do we know about what other people think? Yeah, not so much. What we know is what we think they think. What we know is that what we think that they would want us to be, not necessarily what they want us to be. Most of the time, I'm trying to fit into a place that doesn't actually exist. It's just my own idea. And so I can be hiding from or holding back or whatever that is from who I am because I think someone else thinks that I should be another way. Does that make sense? It's tiring. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. And I have to say, I know I've said, well, actually, I will share because this is birthday Sunday. I have a birthday this month. Yep. And I have made it to the ripe old age of 61, which frankly I never thought I would ever see. So, but it's only recently, it was really, really powerfully happened for me in this, when I was proactively candidating to be a minister of a church, of a center. And I realized that I had to be who I was. I couldn't show up and try to figure out what they wanted, right? And and there's a certain risk in that, because you think, oh my gosh, what are people? I mean, are they going to like me? Are they going to offend anyone or what? So, you know, I actually had in one of my experiences, I shared in my talk when I went to this center that I suffer from depression, and that's something I work with and I've had for a long time. And I was talking about how that affects our lives. And afterwards, during the Q&A session for congregants, which is the time, by the way, in a job interview where everybody asks the non-HR questions, okay? Because none of them are actually HR. So the committee asks you the good questions, the questions that are okay, and they let the congregation ask you all the questions that nobody should ask you in a job interview. So they said, tell me more about that depression. And I said, well, what do you want to know? You want to know what medications I'm on? What? And I said that out loud, and it was my authentic response. It was just, yeah, I can talk about that if you want to talk about that. But it was, I didn't decide to try to mask it. I didn't decide to try to play it off. I just decided to be honest and say, yeah, that's what it is. And so when I've done that, I've felt very free. And so I know that, I'm guessing all of us has had an experience at least once or twice where we've felt that, where we've been able to go, wow, all right. And it's not always nice, is it? It's not always nice. Sometimes we say, sometimes we stand up in our authentic self and we have to say, no, honey, that dress does not look good on you. That's just not a good one. That may be the time to be inauthentic. However, but in some situations, my dad worked and retired from IBM, and he ended up taking on another job a couple years later, and he was doing quality control. And it was with some kind of government contract at this company. And so the direction was, from the top, we need to get this stuff done. And my father said, well, we have these quality control issues, and we need to fix this, and this is it. And they said, well, we just, you just kind of right around that. Kind of ignore that. Don't put that in the report, kind of thing. And he ended up leaving that company because he said, no, if I'm going to sign this, I need to say what's happening. And that was one of those decisions which, changes the course of someone's life, right? Suddenly everything shifts. And yet, what a difference in how we feel about ourselves when we can walk away from that, right? When we can walk into a space of knowing that I have held true to my integrity. I have done what I needed to do, and I have been real. Now, I suppose he could have made a big ruckus and said a lot of things to other people and tried to report them to somebody or whatever the process is, but that didn't happen. And I think sometimes we think if we are going to be authentic, we're going to have to point out where everybody else isn't, in our opinion. And that's not always the case either. Sometimes we have to let everybody be where they are. We have to let them be in their authenticity, whatever it is. But we don't have to participate. We don't have to pretend that we're on board where we're not. And sometimes we can make that statement and actually bring about change because we are brave enough to bring it forward. Because we're brave enough to stand in who we are. So I'd like to do a little experiment this morning. Actually, it's not an experiment because we've done it before, but I'm going to do it again. What I'd like to do is a little meditation and just go on a journey together and work with this authenticity thing a little bit. So I'm going to invite us all to get comfortable in your seat. Feel the chair beneath you. Allow yourself to settle in. Just a minute. And if you're at home, I'm inviting you to do the exact same thing. Find a place where you can sit, where you can really allow yourself to be comfortable. And now, think about a place that you go because it makes you feel good. A place that you like to be in, whether it's sitting in a Starbucks parking lot or in a meadow or wherever it is. Just find yourself in that space and allow yourself to feel the vibration of that particular place. And as you're noticing how you feel while you're there, notice that there's someone approaching you. There's someone coming forward to you. And your first impression is that they just feel warm and comfortable and relaxed. And you don't feel threatened in any way. When they get over to you, greet them. A handshake, a hug, a smile, whatever is comfortable in that moment. And just feel their presence. And as you're with this visitor, you might notice that they feel a little bit familiar. But it's not clear why exactly. But then they say, "How can I serve you, my friend? How can I serve you?" When they ask you that question, you begin thinking in your mind about all these different things that are happening in your life and places where you could really use some advice about what to do. You could really use someone to tell you how to handle a situation. So you just take a moment and find one of those situations. And as you're getting up the courage, you finally share with the person what that thing is that's bothering you, that thing that you're not sure what to do with. And you ask them what their opinion is. What should I do? And the first thing they do, the visitor says, "I love you." Unconditionally. And then they say, "Look inside, my friend. You already have the answer. You already know." And you realize you do. And then they say one more thing. They say, "What has been holding you back from acting on that answer?" And as you contemplate that for a moment, you realize that sometimes it's hard to be real. So you take that moment and just release anything that's holding you back. Release anything that would cause you to think that you couldn't show up as who you are. As you're in the presence of this visitor, you feel so loved and so held that it just feels natural to let all that go. And as you begin to feel empowered and strengthened in that moment, you open your eyes and you realize the visitor's gone. They've left. And they've left you with you. So take a moment and just be with that authentic you. love them. Tell them you trust them. And when you come out of this time of contemplation, just carry them with you. Allow them to inform your decisions. So now, softly you can return to your chair, for your place of sitting, whatever it is, from your special place where you've been, and return to the room. Open your eyes. And as you're doing that, I'm going to invite the practitioners to surround the room, practitioners and ministers, as they just simply, symbolically hold us even as we are held by Spirit. And so we take this moment to know the truth of who each one is. Each one is the likeness and the reflection of Spirit. Each one of us is the fullness of the life-giving force of the universe right where we are. And so we embrace that. We know that there is nothing that we can do to separate us from that. So we hold ourselves in this place of knowing, and knowing that what we have, what comes through us is needed, is absolutely the word of Spirit, the life of Spirit coming forth through us. And if we choose to hide behind what we think other people want to hear, we can't show up. We can't give what we're called to give. And so I am just declaring right here and right now that all of us give the fullness of who we are. All of us show up in love, fully in our lives, in the places that challenge us and in the places that might challenge others. And in that, we celebrate the power and the grace of each and every one. And so as we do that, we take this moment right now also to just know that each one of us is blessed in our bodies, in our minds, in our souls, that wherever there is appearance of sickness or discomfort or fear, that we just anchor the truth of love right there. We know that there is only one thing happening. So we give thanks for this truth, for the knowing that we have in our hearts. And we just simply allow this word to be what it is, to be what it's always been. And we release it and say, and so it is. Amen. Tell anyone I'm whispering. Okay, am I on again? Am I off again? There I am. So I'm inviting Mark, our board president, forward. And he actually has a few signatures to put on you may have to add later. He is going to share a bit about our partnership program, right?
Very short, yes, as I signed. We're hoping to have really good news for you next week. Our matching grant goes till next Sunday. I will tell you we're close. We're not quite there yet. But the board is happy to tell you that in February, we actually had enough income come in to meet our expenses. And that was nice versus where we were at in January. So it's small progress. In terms of partners, we're still low. We only have 30. And there's about 60 of us here today. So we have to get on that, and we'll be talking about that. We have a meeting tomorrow night, and we're gonna get that and get to everybody. So, but anyways, so we'll happily do that. If you want to come up and just help me with the, I'll keep signing here. So we have partnership certificates for those who have signed up. I thought I had signed all mine.
No, you missed them.
All right. Well, how about you do names and I'll keep signing.
Okay.
All right.
So we'd like to just acknowledge those partners who we have not acknowledged yet with this certificate of partnership. If you've not seen one, it says, "With gratitude, it is hereby recognized that," and for the example, I will use Sue Klump. Aha, see, perked her up right there. Sue Klump is a full partner in the RGCSL, and CSL partner is committed to support the community with talent, time, and treasure while taking personal responsibility for the common vision, transforming our world through the power of love in action. So, I would like to invite Sue to come forward, if you would, and take your certificate. And I would like to invite Kate McLaren to come forward and take her certificate. And I would like to invite Cheryl Ray to come forward and take her certificate. Now I have to give the right ones to the right people. We have more to go, but let me give you these. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Andy, I'd like to give you a certificate. Carol Ann, I saw you. There you are. Linda Bowe, we have one for you. Andy, thank you so much for being a partner. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and Hannah, who's behind the camera, is coming up. Michael Hacker, we had one for you, and then you weren't here, so here you go. Now you got it. He's not really a first-time visitor. Greg Gardner, who's holding high watch over there, take it to him. Alicia Hanlon, who, thank you, Alicia, for holding high watch. Yours is here. Peter Ennen, we have one for you, and we have one for Darlene Hess. I guess you can take them both since you didn't jump up. And Sherry Noon, where'd you go? Oh, we kept you at the bottom and Sue at the top, so there you go. All right. And just so you know, Sherry is our newest board member as well. So thank you so much. It's at this time that we get the opportunity to not only celebrate our gifts of time and talent, but to offer our gifts of treasure. So I'm inviting everyone to just take a moment and hold on to their gifts, and let's bless them. Is it going to go up there? There it is. Nope, not that one. All right. We're going to say this together. I am abundant, and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously. So it is. So there will be multiple ways scrolling across the screen to give if you're at home or if you're here. And if you'd like to bring a gift forward and place it in the basket, that would be welcomed as well. Meanwhile, we have more good music.
Thank you.
When you're standing at the threshold, don't let fear decide how it'll all unfold. Take one step toward what you love, and let that heart of yours, let it rise above, and trust that you'll have everything you need, beyond illusion, secure.
Amen. I
Thank you,
affirm that.
Susan.
Thank you so much, Eric and Lori. That was great. And Susan, really appreciate that. Please say the giving affirmation with me. I am abundant. And I give from my abundance. And I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously, and so it is. Please help me bless these offerings. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for all your gifts. We are grateful for the provisions for all of our ministry needs and more. We are thankful for the infinite abundance in the universe, for our good health, for our friends and family, especially for the opportunity to express our love and appreciation to each other. In this moment of gratitude, we allow ourselves to appreciate the abundance and prosperity that comes to our center. Each gift and giver are blessed and valued, and we now declare that each person's peacefulness, joy, and abundance is increased 1,000-fold. Please join me by anchoring these prayers with, and so it is. Woo, I could feel that up here. Just a reminder that many prayer treatments are offered by practitioners after our celebration. They'll be in the prayer garden in this area here, and just you can walk up to them, sit in a chair opposite them, and get a mini prayer treatment. You can recognize the practitioners by their purple stoles, which my noise gets inside out, but there it is. And remember that we love praying for you. It's something that we really enjoy, and we get as much out of it as you do. I often find that when somebody comes to me for prayer, it's for something exactly what I need, and it's really powerful. In addition, we invite you to use the prayer request box at the back table, and you can also submit prayers online. So any one of those modalities work for us. And this is a very special Sunday to all of us. This is the first Sunday of the month, and this is our Happy Birthday Sunday. And so I would invite Susan up again so we can sing our Happy Birthday song. And anybody who has a birthday today, whether in person or virtual, in March, not today, in March, please stand up and so that we can acknowledge you. And I'm going to be virtually standing up because it's my birthday month.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Thank you very, very much. And with that, I'd say, you know, what a joy it's been for all of us to be able to come together and celebrate today. Again, either in person or virtually. It's really a good feeling to see so many people here at the service. So really, really appreciate that. And with that, I will turn it over to the famous Dr. Norm Dawson for our announcement.
Good morning. Woo! Authenticity. You must be doing a good job because look how filled up this room is becoming. Yeah, wow, great. The music. Your direction. And you reminded me of Linda Ronstadt. And Eric, I just have to say, there's something about your brilliance and the way that the light beams off of your head over there, and I just love that common thing we have. You're just a really good accompaniment person. And speaking of joyful noise, we're going to have a choir director here for the Easter music, and we want you to sign up in the back, and you can talk to her after the service here, and they're going to have practice sessions starting today for the next several weeks until Easter. You don't have to know how to read music. You can just listen to some lyrics, listen to some songs that she gives you, and you can read a few lyrics, and she's going to make it so easy. We're going to have we've already got a lot of people signed up, if I'm not mistaken. Great. So be sure you join in the joy from music. Now, speaking of joy, how would you like to have some information about an exuberant aging? The quality of being full of energy, excitement, and cheerfulness. Marilyn O'Leary is going to put together a workshop for us. Marilyn, give her a hand.
Thank you, Norm. Thank you. Well, a lot of you might remember that along with a wonderful Darlene Hess, we gave a workshop on the truth about aging last November, and people liked it so much that they wanted more. So here is more, and I want to tell you a little bit about it. The first one is on journaling, and I was thinking, well, that's just kind of basic and maybe whatever people think it's not very exciting. Journaling can be, I'm not going to say exciting, but it can be very revealing. And I'm going to talk about different ways of journaling. We're going to experience it. And then also, I'm going to go back and review some of the things and even add more to some of the false things about aging that we have been told in this society, things that aren't true. And I have to tell you that doing the research for these workshops has changed my life. I'm not kidding you. I feel so much better. I have so much more energy because I know a lot of the stuff that I unconsciously was thinking, or a lot of that stuff isn't even true. So I want you to come and experience this with me, no matter how old you are. Everybody's aging, you know. And then I'll just tell you, the next workshop is, after that, is with Norm, and Norm is going to talk about the connection between dementia and hearing, right? And it's crucial. I've read about that, and he's an expert in that. So he's going to talk about that. Then we will go through some very interesting listening, because he'll talk about hearing. I'm going to talk about listening and how well we listen. Then the third one is Carol Helms is going to be featured, and Carol is one of our practitioners and an attorney here, and she is also a very competitive person in a lot of ways. I'm remembering our practitioner workshop, and she is going to work with us on just any kind of simple exercises that we can do to keep moving, because that is so important. So if you haven't signed up, you can go to the newsletter or go to the website, click on where it says sign up here. It's very easy to sign up. I checked it yesterday. Or come in the back if you need help, and we'll help you back there in the social hall. So please sign up. You get a little break in the price if you sign up for all three at the same time. So please do that. I guess that's it. I'd love to talk for more, but I will.
Thank you, Marilyn. Hey, let's give her a hand for organizing this thing. This is pretty cool here. Okay, lastly, here are a couple more things. The fundraiser book sale, if you've noticed when you came in, there's tables and rooms full of books and CDs and games and all that kind of stuff. We're doing a sale, and the way it works is there's a bunch of bags in the back there in a stand, and you can take a bag and you can fill up your bag. If it's a small bag, go to the bookstore and give the bookstore $5 for all the stuff you can shove in that bag. Or if you get a bigger bag, you get $10 worth of stuff, or a large bag is $20. So pick the size of your bag, stuff it, and take it to the bookstore and pay. And we're going to be having donations Monday through Thursday from 10 to 12 here. So this is going to go on. This is not the final day, so be sure that you bring your stuff so we can use this to generate some money and spread the word about, the books and things we have. And share your books. That's it. Be authentic about that too. Children's books too. Okay, so yeah, we could go on and on, but let's go back there and look and see what's available. So take advantage of that information. Okay, the Compassion Ministries, always put together by Susan Solari. She this week the focus is on steps to heart-brain coherence. Now I looked up coherence because I wasn't quite sure what the definition of that was. So coherence is the quality of being logical and consistent. So Deepak Chopra has a great link on this in the newsletter. And basically the steps are appreciation and gratitude. That's one. The second one is non-judgment. And the third one is forgiveness. I like to forgive myself for making the judgments so I can be appreciative and grateful. Okay, recurring events. I'm just going to highlight these. There's a practitioner potluck brunch and meeting is held in the social hall and Zoom from 9 to 11 in person on the second Saturdays. I don't know how you're going to do a potluck on Zoom, but come anyway and eat while you're on camera. Okay, the board meeting, trustees meeting will be March 21st, 5:30 to 7 on Zoom. It's open to anybody. I hear they're exciting meetings from what I've heard from somebody close. Okay, Course in Miracles, Nancy Bowers. There she is back there in the corner, in the back. And that will be on Thursdays from 6 to 7:30. Now, in person and Zoom. You don't have to have any knowledge about this. On Fridays, there's a spiritual discussion group from 11:30 to 12:30 on Zoom with Alicia Hanlon. I believe she's from Taos, but they're going to be discussing the Ernest Holmes, the founder of this movement here, and other notable metaphysical teachers. Saturdays, May 30 to 10, Food Addicts in Recovery Anonymous. So check that out. That's on Zoom and in person. And the second and fourth Sunday of each month at 11:30 in person is the Creative Expression Writing Group. It will be back there in the back. The community room in the back there, we're going to have a birthday cake. And we're also going to have a lot of food that's prepared by members here. So you're welcome to bring your favorite recipe and come back there and join us. Sit at the table. This is the social part of what we do here. Now, if you don't bring any food, that's okay. Come back there and join us because we have lots of food left over. And we do have free coffee for everybody also. So come on back and join us for that. So that's all from me. Live from New Mexico, Sunday morning announcements. And now for the benediction. Who's doing the benediction today? You're doing the benediction.
I think we already had the benediction. We've had so many blessings this morning and so much fun. Join us in this moment of gratitude as we thank you, thank Spirit, all the music, all of the people who've participated, who join us, and who participate in whichever way you choose, whatever that is. That's fabulous. So we give thanks for the beauty of you, for the beauty of the center, for the beauty that is and that is yet to come in your gifts, in whatever form or formlessness they may take. And so with that, we send out beauty and love to accompany you forward as you leave the service, going forth in your own life path this week. In love, in peace and joy and authenticity. So please say with me, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Talia. All right, we've reached the end. If you would please stand. We're going to go out singing together. We did this last week as our opening song, so we're going to do it as our closing song today. That's one of my songs. Let's hope I know it, right? Just a little intro. Here we go. Bloom where you are planted, go where you are needed. Never doubt your purpose in this world filled with woe. What we say does matter, what we know will show. Others who no longer see the light within their souls. We have the power, we have the vision, we have a gift that God 70 different words. Here we go. There are none so blind as those who cannot see the light of God that shines within throughout eternity. If you cannot see that light within yourself, we are here to help you with the wisdom in our hearts. We see the truth, we hold the space until it can be seen by the seeker. Bloom where you are planted, go where you are needed. Know that you are blessed as you fill the world with hope. All right, happy Sunday, everybody.